Hey, this is Mr. Peterson. This is a short little how-to for the big drawing of meiosis. So you have in front of you a big tabloid sheet of paper, and what you're going to do is this. You're going to take some chromosomes in one cell and you're going to divvy them up into 4 cells in the process of meiosis. So you're going to do some illustration today. So this is a kind of a how-to. You're going to do it. So here are the directions, and the directions are on the bottom or on the back side of that big honking sheet. So you're going to start with one cell and take it through the events of meiosis. So the first thing you need to know is you're going to start with 4 chromosomes, 2 homologous pairs. Make them different sizes and different colors. There are some colored pencils available for you, so use those. Make sure at the end of the hour you put the colored pencils back where they belong. Sort them. Mr. Peterson's colorblind, remember, and so he has a hard time sorting things. So don't take advantage of his disability. Just put them back where they're supposed to be. Figure it out. Okay. Now on the the chromosomes, you're going to label some genes. So on the big chromosomes, we're going to use A and B. So capital A, lowercase a. Think back to 7th grade. What did that mean again? Do you remember? Capital letters, lowercase letter. Yeah, those of you that said dominant recessive, that's right. If you remember that. If you don't, it's no big deal. But the point of this is we're going to keep track of what happens to the genes in meiosis. So not only the chromosomes, but the genes as well. So on the small chromosome, you're going to use C's and D's. I'm going to give you a picture of that in just a second so you can see what it looks like. So label those P and Q arms on your chromosomes with letters that symbolize genes. Okay. There's some information in your textbook. It's page 173 to 176, so those textbooks are on the back shelf. Plus, there are a couple of screencasts on PowerSchool Learning. One is a short little meiosis animation that I talk through. It's about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And then there's another screencast that has meiosis in detail that you might need for this last part, which is to describe and explain what happens in each of these stages. Okay, so here's what you have. You have in front of you. You have something that looks like this. You have a big piece of paper with a bunch of circles, and you're going to fill those in with some colored pencil drawings of chromosomes that have genes labeled on them. The directions that I just went through are on the bottom of the page. So here's what your chromosomes should look like. So I think these are probably too big to fit into the circles, but something that looks like this. All right, so I have 2 homologous pairs. Notice that they have 2 chromatids each, 2 sister chromatids each, and then the genes are labeled on each of those. So you're going to eventually put these into a cell. So this would be like prophase 1. So I've got the 2 homologous pairs of chromosomes there. Okay, so that you're going to put like right in that spot. That's exactly where it's going to go. Now you're going to follow those chromosomes until you get to the end of meiosis. Again, it's going to look something like that. The directions, taking one cell, using 4 chromosomes with 2 homologous pairs. Label the genes, A's and B's. You have an example of that. You can always rewind the screencast and look at it again. C's and D's on the small ones. Information from your textbook, it's page 173 to 176. And then this is really important. Describe and explain what's happening in each of those phases of meiosis. All right? So I hope that helps. Use colored pencils. Put the colored pencils back when you're done, please. Thanks.